What the fuck?
Oh, are you good
I'm
now?
sorry.
Oh.
I'm starting.
What it is. Every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not gonna go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not a fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? But they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
Leadership perspective.
They'll have no plan. They'll never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We're willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm
Gray Mars.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Kamal.
And tonight on the new party, we're going to be answering who really bombed the Iran girls' school. Gray, as our veteran on the team, what is your thoughts from the two videos you watched?
Well, that was an extremely depressing video you chose, and with the AI videos, this is just getting wild. But I think it's obviously a sad thing of anybody that's innocent in a war that gets deleted in any type of way. Of course, is bad, and of course, when it's children, it's even worse. So I would say that I seen, and I played this on last night's show, some Republicans taking responsibility and saying, this happened and they feel completely bad for it. I feel like in a situation like this, it's better just to say, a mistake happened, war happens, just take responsibility and then try to move on. But what I have seen with reports is that the United States are people that were responsible for the school being bombed.
Oh, man. Well, the videos I'm showing you are the propaganda that Iran is putting out. This is what they're saying. They're fully blaming America. They're saying that it's a lie. Enzo, what's your thoughts on what they're saying?
So my thoughts on this are no one's really going to like my takes on this tonight. This was not the United States. It's the people. The New York Times has their inquiries have stated it is the United States who did this. I have video footage from bystanders who were driving on the road to show where that missile came from, as well as analysis from people who worked in the defense industry to say that multiple discrediting things about the missiles themselves, that even the attack angle, the positioning of the wings on the munition was not even close to what a Tomahawk is, let alone the payload that a Tomahawk has is a 1,000-pound munition. That building would not be standing right now if a Tomahawk hit that. That's all I got to say. You could literally see it from the smoke plume from the video that everybody's seen with the black smoke compared to what a Tomahawk is. It's not even comparable. The United States is not at fault for this at all. This is Iranian. I'm sorry. And then I have here also from the day that it happened, an IRGC Telegram group with them taking responsibility for it that came out the same day that it happened. So I've been debating this on TikTok for a week now, and I said this: I'm going to hold the argument to say that the United States did not do this, but if it comes back that I'm wrong, 100%, I will say whoever planned this and whoever got the intel wrong, that they got the positioning wrong, because it was right near a military base where they did have launchers for KH-55 cruise missiles, which was confirmed. If they got the coordinates wrong and this was a mistake, that person needs to be held accountable. But until then, I'm holding the argument that the United States is not at fault.
Can you send me the footage that you talked about, Enzo, and I'll play it tonight because I do want to play that. I want both sides. So
I'll put them in the private chat right now.
Yeah, thank you for standing firm and standing on what you believe in, because the whole majority of the world is saying America has done it. But let's watch this interview clip where we first reacted to it about a week ago.
And just a final question here, Mr. Ambassador. I want to talk about the girls' school in Iran that was bombed, especially you as a veteran. Iranians say 175 people were killed, mostly young girls. The president last night said, in his opinion, based on what he's seen, it was done by Iran. Pete Hegseth said they're still investigating. The New York Times did a meticulous look at that. Satellite photos. They're not saying the U.S. would do that on purpose, but they said it appears that the U.S. is responsible for that bombing. Why did the president say he believes it is Iran?
Well, I'll leave that to the investigators to determine. We've seen instances like we saw in Gaza, for example, where Hamas immediately blamed the Israelis. The international community jumped on it, and it turned out it was an errant rocket from Hamas. So we've seen those kind of incidences in the past. As Secretary Hegseth said, it's under investigation. I can tell you as a veteran, in no uncertain terms, the United States does everything it can to avoid civilian casualties. Sometimes, of course, tragic mistakes occur. Unlike what we see from the likes of Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Iranian regime, who just massacred 30 to 40,000 of its own people, uniformly, universally condemned by the countries here at the United Nations. And it's a little rich hearing accusations from the Iranian regime after they literally just machine gunned their own people in the streets, after they killed a young lady, Masa Amini, an Iranian woman, for daring to wear a hijab, and their gross and just disgusting human rights abuses over the decades. All of that is in the verge of change, we hope, and that's why you're seeing Iranian Americans and Iranians around the world celebrating in the streets that Ayatollah Khomeini is dead and can no longer massacre his own people.
Kamal, let's get you in here. What is your thoughts? Who do you think did it and why?
Now, I want to see that footage Enzo sent. Before I say something, can we play that real quick?
I just sent over like 5 different links. The last one is the explosion that we saw at the school compared to what an actual Tomahawk explosion is.
Well, I'm going to put them on the screen, Enzo, and you talk us through them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you see, guys?
I can't see anything. It's frozen.
Add to stage. My bad.
There you go. Yeah, so this is the video that came out the day of, where you see where the launch came from. That's that's basically where the military base is. That is right across the road from where the school was. Now you see in the video how it literally just goes straight down. Like you can see whatever it does, and it goes straight down. A Tomahawk, first off, does not fly that way that it does. A Tomahawk flies between 50 to 100 meters above the ground in a straight trajectory. It doesn't dive bomb down onto a target. So clear as day, whatever that was had a malfunction in air, and that's why it made the one post that I showed you breaks it all down. The angle of attack of it was that a Tomahawk's angle of attack is about 70 degrees, and right here is from the Telegram groups where they claimed right here a IRGC aerospace missile hit the school in Manab County, Hormuz Providence. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard announced that it was an inadvertent mistake and that serious action will be taken against those responsible for this action. Take it how you want. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it how you want it. This is coming out of there.
Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's not my conclusive evidence to say the IRGC did it. That's not. That's what's been floating around. Yeah. I don't believe any IRGC propaganda. And like I said, I'm all for the investigation. And this is what those are KH-55s. Those are the Iranian cruise missiles that they have. What the one still frame of it that you see verbatim, it looks identical to this. I'm not saying that's the conclusive evidence whatsoever. This is just what's being floated around from my interpretation of it. Again, from the one post that I cited with the attack angle as well as the munition payload, does not fit the description of what a Tomahawk will be. So
okay, let me get the other ones on the screen.
Yep.
1 second. Okay. This is the analysis breakdown that you were talking about.
Yep.
Sorry.
And that's the explosion that you see. And then again, from the still grainy photo that they have, the one photo that they have of it, I mean, again, based with the analysis of the attack angle, because as well as the flight trajectory, does not fit the description of what a Tomahawk cruise missile is. And then the one last video that I sent is that explosion that we saw. And then after that is what a Tomahawk is, and exactly shows how the flight path is and everything too.
Are you sure? I don't have a Tomahawk video. It's the same link twice.
Oh, then I might have accidentally copied the wrong one. Sorry. Here, I have it up on my computer. I had all this pulled up already.
So share it.
There you go. All right, yeah, I could just share screen too.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, so right here.
Inland.
That's that one. I think we all seen that one already. And then right here is the Tomahawk. Like I said, the explosion is not consistent with what we're seeing with whatever that was.
So Enzo, you're saying the Tomahawk would have made a bigger explosion, correct?
100%. Like, look at this explosion. Like we see here, just one smoke plume, right? That's it. No explosion, no nothing. We're talking about with a Tomahawk,
1,000-pound explosive warhead to send against targets inland.
It's not consistent from what we're actually seeing in this. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just going based off of the evidence that I've seen, what I've gathered, and what I know about the situation.
Could a malfunction missile explode less? I'm not sure. Could that happen?
No, like, it's TNT at the end of the day. The avionics and everything could have failed, but the explosion, no, unless it's completely a dud. But we still see some type of explosion in the first video.
Yeah.
This is what Pete Hegg had to say. Come on, then we'll let you give your reaction once you hear what he has to say.
You were asked earlier in the week about this girls' school. You said the U.S. was investigating it. Have you made any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where I'll leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was a report late in the week from 2 officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only answer I'm prepared to give.
So they're saying it's being investigated, Kamal. They're not giving as definite answers as the the people on X and the X post that Enzo provided us. What's your thoughts?
I mean, of course they're not going to give up anything. They're going to keep it hush hush. But I mean, I got more questions about the Tomahawk shit though, to be honest with y'all. And Ricky actually brought up a good point. Is there different variations of a Tomahawk missile? He said there's different variations. Is that true or?
I'll look right now.
Okay.
Just to confirm myself.
And I want to add while we're on it, preliminary findings from a Pentagon investigation and multiple independent analysis indicate the United States military was responsible for the bombing of the Sajora Tahabe Girls Elementary, if I said that right. So the Pentagon, where Pete Hegseth works, is already saying that it's the United States.
Okay, so What I'm seeing here is there are 3 different variants of tomahawks. Typical payload listed about 454 kilograms, about 1,000 pounds of high explosive, and a unitary blast fragmentation warhead. These are the earlier models, so they don't use these anymore. TLAM-C used the WDU-25/B warheads, which was about 1,000 pounds. Later, Block 3 and Block 4 missiles used lighter WDU-36/B, which remained about 1,000-pound warhead overall. And then the third one that has been retired that they don't use at all was the nuclear TLAM-N BGM-109A variant that carried a W80 thermonuclear warhead with a variable yield options around 5 to 150 kilotons. That's a nuclear one, which it would be a lot fucking worse if it's nuclear.
I got another question. These my peeps from our area. Shout out to my brother Byron. He said, hey, it will make a different explosion if it's a dud. So
again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I want the investigation. I want the investigation to happen. If anything like this, when it comes to the military, I want a thorough investigation, and I do not want anybody to confirm that it was them nor deny anything. I'm happy with how Pete Hegseth is going about this, not confirming anything and not denying anything. Not saying it's the IRGC, not saying it's the United States, saying there's an active investigation. Let it go. Let it happen.
This is what Tucker Carlson had to say.
Relatively little propaganda around this. The current administration hasn't even really tried to explain why we're doing this. Not very hard, anyway. And in some ways, we should be grateful for that. It's a sign of respect not to lie to people too aggressively. The President of the United States today said on camera, we're thinking about using nukes against Iran. He said we could eliminate Iran, make it uninhabitable forever in an hour. We have weapons that can do that. Well, those are nuclear weapons. The President of the United States just saying out loud, if this gets more intense, we could nuke them. Now, you can support that or disagree with that, however you feel about that. You know, it's not often that people are that blunt about what could happen. And again, there's been very little attempt to convince you that we did this in America's national interest. The Secretary of State just came out and said we did it because Israel forced our hand. So they've been pretty direct, actually, about what is going on here and what the stakes potentially are. President of the United States threatening nuclear weapons. Okay. Well, that's on the table. The propagandists for the war, the people.
Bro, I would never think I see a day that people like on the right don't like Tucker. Tucker was a national treasure during COVID. They all praised him. I'm just like in shock, but we have our first super chat. Said, Enzo, have you made an appointment at your local recruiter station? Enzo's response is, I can support the war and not have to go serve. Am I right? Because that's what you said.
100%. I can support the annihilation of regime that wants to and has, to the tune of a couple hundred United States service members, your brothers and sisters, since 1979, has taken them out, who has vowed to take out United States service members in the region to the tune of 50,000 before Midnight Hammer. The Ayatollah said, we know you have 50,000 troops in the area, prepare 50,000 body bags. I applauded administration whose their foreign policy to Iran is don't, and they will put soldiers over there to take out this regime as quickly as possible. This is why I appreciate the right and the people on the right that are talking about this, because we're not signing people up to go fight an endless war. No, they say we want the best for this country, and we want these soldiers to go over there and do what they have to do the quickest way possible and get out of there. That's what we want. I don't want no forever war. No. And I don't need to sign up to go fight this war, to support this war at all. Because if that's the case, then why didn't anybody under the Biden administration go to fucking Ukraine when you guys were supporting that? Why weren't you in Ukraine, Heaven?
She said, so you won't put your life on the line for your country, but you insult those who do. Interesting. Weak. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All love. Thank you.
I insult those who did. I literally just gave praise to the ones who go over there and do what they do. I'm still wondering why you didn't go to Ukraine.
Well, I think Heaven served in Iraq, right? Gray? Didn't y'all serve together?
I went.
You went. Okay.
Yeah,
I think she did too. She said because she's retired. But anyways, guys, this is a spicy, saucy show. Why y'all hate Tucker Carlson so much, Enzo? I'm just shocked. I remember when Tucker was saying all sorts of crazy stuff. Everybody loved him. Why do we hate him now?
I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I'm not going to speak for everybody else. This is my thing. There are plenty of people that are quote unquote a part of the MAGA movement that people loved at one time. MTG, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, all these people, right? I personally never liked Tucker. We all know that I hate fucking Nick. We all know that I made it very clear that I don't like MTG since she came out and said the Jews have fucking space lasers and they're controlling the fucking weather. No, like these people are the fringe. In my eyes, I'm sorry, these people are the fringe people within the quote unquote Republican MAGA community. Like I never really liked them. And also I just think it's funny that Tucker Carlson talks like how he talks now, that he was so for Trump, before Qatari swept in and gave him a fucking house and is paying him money. Oh, same thing with Thomas Massey as well. Thomas Massey is a part of that 7K club that's putting out Qatari stuff as well. It's kind of funny. So
you could read this one. It's your friend.
Have you made an appointment for your TDS and IDS?
Okay. Now, the other thing that's wild to me, guys, this is the last thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go to the Iran terror threat story. But they're saying that people are literally rooting for Iran. And I'm going to play the clip and we can react.
Last night that this might be the first war in America.
Hold on. My bad, guys. Okay.
The majority of the country. And I tweeted last night that this might be the first war in American history where the majority of the country wants America to lose. And not meaning that we want the American empire to be destroyed. We want Trump to retreat because Iran surviving is them victorious. They can claim victory if America, the world's greatest empire, the strongest military in the world, loses against one country without Israeli support, a couple of schizo Muslims ready to die for their cause. I think this is the first time where everyone's seeing this, and especially if the German foreign minister is saying that their political goal is to eliminate Israel. And we're seeing that Goyim are united on this issue. We're sick of the Israeli infiltration. And yeah, I love America, but yeah, I'm not rooting for Trump in this war. Are you kidding me? I'm not rooting for the military. I want the troops to survive. I want them to stay home. If you're rooting for them to win, you're really rooting for Israel. I want Trump's legacy to show that he lost this war. And unfortunately, that's going to mean the decline of American global economy. And it's not gonna fare well for this country. But I mean, what's the other solution?
Okay, we have another super chat. I'm gonna have Gray read it, and then Gray give his reaction to what he heard.
Spend some more time. Spend some more to insult a veteran. This is disgusting behavior. This is disgusting behavior. Thank you, Heaven. I'm gonna put this one on here. Ha. I never seen this guy till last night for the Manosphere documentary. Years ago, being a Manosphere documentary, what we will talk about later on. And what I learned on the Manosphere documentary is that Steve Muslim. So I'm sure that that's a reason for him supporting it. And I saw what's the Republican guy that's on CNN, Scott Jennings. I saw him saying it to another guy, like, "Oh, you're rooting for America not to succeed. You're rooting for America not to succeed." I can see why some right-wing people would say that because they're very passionate. And this makes Trump look bad. But as far as like gas and it's like people's lives, I don't think most people just want to see complete catastrophe where everyone suffers. That would be my response to that.
Kamal, as a foundational Black American, what do you think about when you heard him say he's rooting against our country? He's rooting against Trump.
Man, I'm not looky. I don't want our country to go to war, but if they go to war, I want us to fucking win. They still got a debt to pay, goddammit. I don't want these niggas to lose. And that's American lives they losing. F all that shit. Looky, like I said, I don't want our country to go to war, but if we go to war, I want them to smack the hell out of people. All right. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At the end, all these other groups be calling us niggas behind our back. Telling y'all right now, every last one of them. I'm just telling you right now. Okay. So
I mean, I just think it's for me. I don't like what we're doing. I don't like where we're at. I don't like the uncertainty of it. I don't like the uncertainty. But I agree to sit there and say that we don't support our country, we don't support our president, to me is wild. I can't say that. I have to support our troops. I pray every morning since we did what we did a week and a half ago. I pray every morning that our troops are surrounded by the blood of Jesus and that they're protected. So I can't, although I don't necessarily support everything we're doing, I still support our troops. But guys, we're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna talk about something that's gonna affect poor Kamal. Kamal, they said that the terror attack is about to hit you in California.
Can I touch on the whole
Sure.
Sneeko thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my thing with that, because I've been dealing with it firsthand every single day now since this has started. There are people out there that are coming into my chat laughing every time a report that comes out that American service members were unalived. You have people out there like Nick Fuentes literally saying he wants America to lose. This is my thing with that. If Trump wasn't in office right now and you had another president in office, anybody, I don't care. Joe Biden could be back in office. George Bush could be back in office. Barack Obama could have been back in office. Yes, there would be pushback on people disagreeing with the conflict, like there was in 2003 with people pushing back on that conflict. But here's the difference. Here's the key difference that there was in 2003 compared to 2026. Sorry. Those people were pushing back against the war, but never once was anybody saying that they want America to lose, that they're laughing that service members are being killed. The only thing is this: you have people that are so against Trump that it's their entire personality that anybody who supports this war has to go over there to fucking fight this war, and that they disagree with this because it's Donald Trump in office. I'm sorry. I actually care more for the troops than anybody on the left, actually, because I'm actually saying that we need to get this done as quickly as possible to stop this going on. So the not a crazy amount of people have to lose their lives for this. I said it to Nora and I said it to Mia earlier. It is us versus them. If we have it their way, they're going to come to the United States and start slaughtering us. I don't want to have to go through a fucking another 9/11 in this country for us to do something. I want us to be proactive like we were, like how we found out Hezbollah was training off this coast of Venezuela. I want them to be doing these things so it doesn't come to our shores. I don't understand how that's so hard for people to just wrap their head around and be like, you know what? And look at the bright side of this, that we could actually stop something before it becomes even bigger. That's my entire spiel. And then I won't understand the left. I never will. There's that. I'm not saying the entire left. Just there is a lot of people out there that are saying these things.
Yeah, but Sneeko's not the left. He supported Trump heavily. Like, and we watched that in the documentary. He did a lot for Trump, like a lot.
I mean, he's just the one that was talking about on screen. So
Yeah, I know.
Really
but what I'm saying is, yeah, I got you. What I'm saying is, it's not just the left saying this; it's people on the right saying this too. I think people are misguided and misdirected because they're so angry with one country, which we talked about, Enzo. And I do believe that it's not a left versus right thing. Like, it's people on both sides saying these comments.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You have the libertarians hiding behind the Republicans, and the Groypers hiding behind the Republican thing, when in reality I look at this whole rise of this Groyper community as I don't think it would have got this popular if Charlie Kirk wasn't unalived, and now you have just nobody to literally mask that community, and now people are taking that community more seriously now, and that's the problem. I'm going to say this straight up: the Groypers and the libertarians are not Republicans. They never were. I mean, the libertarians, sure, they're traditionalist, but when you actually break it down, they hold no ideals of what the modern day Republican Party is. The same thing with the Groypers. The Groypers actually more aligned with the left. I mean, just go listen to anything Nick Fuentes said. He wants socialism. He wants the country to control the means of production and all of this. Like, if you actually listen to what he says, that's what he's going for. That is the left. And if you actually look at history, you'll understand that fascism, which he's pushing for, is not a right-wing thing in the slightest. So I don't understand how people conflate the Groypers with the Republicans. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about something that's affecting two of our teammates that live in California. Better keep your head on a swivel, buddy. Here we go.
Warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones as tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kontersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
We've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently from the FBI to law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to perhaps launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones on the West Coast. The alert that we reviewed said an uncorroborated report suggested that unidentified.
Pause for a second. So you mean to tell me, Kamal, that this report was from September 2025 and they just now telling us? That's all I'm gonna say. Keep that in your thoughts while you think of what you're gonna say.
Suspicious.
Mexican cartel leaders had authorized attacks using drones carrying explosives, so they know that capability exists. And this separate alert that we've reviewed, Kira, says that Iran has those same kinds of aspirations. So the U.S. has broadly known for some time that drones could be deployed against the homeland. We know that Iran has been using drones significantly in this 12-day-old war with the United States. That's what killed the first 6 U.S. service members in this war. But now the FBI is specifically warning police agencies in California along the Pacific coastline that Iran is aspiring to use them to attack in the West.
So why California? Why the West?
Good question. And that's not exactly clear, but perhaps there's thought that Iran has these things pre-positioned on ships that are still in international waters or that could float through international waters. We know that we've previously reported, Kira, on Iran's desire to perhaps activate sleeper cells in the United States, although that's certainly far from confirmed or far from anything operational as far as law enforcement knows. It's not clear why the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast, but that's what the alert from the FBI.
I'll say this before you respond, Kamal. The largest population of Iranian Americans are in Los Angeles. So I'm just putting that out there. So, I mean, people are trying to make this more complicated than what it needs to be. I think that's number one. Number two, why they just now telling us about these drones off the coast? How convenient. And three, the theory is the reason why they're picking California is because of Gavin Newsom. What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't know if it's because of the conch wearing Gavin Newsom, but like you said, most of the Iranian population in the States is in LA. You feel me? But at the same time,
and what the imminent
how the fuck would they like bomb California unless it's gonna be like the naval bases out here and shit like that? But we pay the most in gas. Gas is $8.30 goddamn too in some spots in California. Around me, that shit like 5 something. You gonna bomb your biggest consumer? They ain't gonna do that shit. They not about to bomb unless it's gonna be one of the naval bases. That's the only thing I can see. Other than that, I think this is some bullshit. I don't think they're gonna bomb California unless it's like you said, LA. But I don't think they're gonna do that shit.
I mean, the other thing to note is Ramadan ends on Sunday. So if you know about Muslim faith, and y'all can look this up. I'm not making this up. You're not allowed to strike your enemy during Ramadan. You're only allowed to do defensive action. So I don't know. We'll see. Next week might be big. Keep your head on a swivel. I got a couple more clips, and then we're gonna move on to the Manosphere topic. Here we go. This is what this person had to say. This is a left-leaning person for you, Gray.
That Iran has conducted their first cyber attack, or at least the first one that we know about. And this is a company called Stryker. They wiped every single device on the company's network, every single thing that was managed by Microsoft. And the company is called Stryker, and they produce medical imaging technology. And Iran wiped every device on their network that was, again, managed by Microsoft. According to this, Iran is notorious for conducting some of the most infamous wiper cyber attacks, and they fulfilled that legacy here, it seems like. Here's the logo for Stryker, and it says that the Handala team claim responsibility on their Telegram, and they brag about this kind of stuff, so we do know that it was them, or at least one would assume. They seem to have obtained access to the management console, so like MDM, it's basically a system that allows you to manage like your corporate devices. And one of the abilities that you have on that system is to remotely wipe a device if it's lost or stolen, or if you're Iran and want to mess up the US.
Gray, what's your thoughts? We also found out today that they hacked the Dow Jones system and completely wiped it out. What do you think about all these cyber attacks? Should we be concerned?
Yeah, of course we should be concerned. And they were saying that they were going to attack banks as well. And as we know, Russia does a lot of cyber attacks, and we know Russia is giving Iran information on where American assets are. So they have a lot of access to information, and Trump is trying to work with Russia, and Russia's probably backstabbing Trump. So, but while we're on the basis of Russia's communist, and fascism is a far right ideology. Communism is a far left ideology.
That's not correct. Fascism is a totalitarian regime where everything all encompasses the state, everything for the state, nothing against the state. Communism is an economic model that is used by that was used by the Soviets as well as the Mao Zedong eras. Fascism is the hierarchy of the government itself. It's not a far right, it's not a far left. It actually fits both. So, and that is outlined by
Fascism is a far right authoritarian and ultra-nationalistic political ideology characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, and a forcible suppression of opposition. Is far right.
So no, it's not. So that definition. Hold on, that definition was
dictator that was far that did fascism that wasn't far right.
Yeah, Mao Zedong, Stalin.
They're communists.
Yeah, communism is the economic model of how it goes. Fascism is how the country is ran, as in the hierarchy. That's exactly what it is. Again, fascism, as outlined by Mussolini in 1932, the doctrine of fascism is a totalitarian regime where everything is all encompassing the state. Nothing against the state, everything for the state. The people serve the interest of this state. That is the definition of fascism. That is the correct definition. The definition of the far right ultranationalism, everything like that, that became popular after 1940s Germany, where they tried to say that the Germans were far right, when in reality, if you actually look at the German economy back then, it actually mimicked a socialism in a way, because the state what owned the means of production, all the companies of the state, all the companies within Germany, as well as its conquering nations, serve the duty of the state. The government had a pull, it had ties into every one of those. So no, it's not far right. There's basically no far right fascist regime that you can say that it is. That was outlined by a professor later on. That's not the real definition now.
So you're basically saying that Germany is not fascism. Nazi Germany is not fascism.
No, it was fascist, but it was not far right.
It was socialism.
Yep.
Okay.
The National Socialist Workers' Party.
And Gaddafi was too. Gaddafi is a fascist, but he had socialist ideas.
Yep. Like I said, communism is the economic model, what they use to seize the means of production. The hierarchy of the entirety of the state is fascism. They're intertwined with each other.
To me, this is just mental gymnastics to try to like downplay what right wing ideology stands for. I mean, it's just the definition of fascism specifically says far right. So that's all I'm
Yeah, that's an interpretation of it done by a professor. I'm gonna when we talk about fascism, I'm going to take the word of the man who coined the term fascist, which was Mussolini himself in Gentili, which is outlined again in the Doctrine of Fascism, authored in 1932. It's like 4 or 5 pages actually. I read the entire thing, as well as the Communist Manifesto. I read both of them. So,
well, I got one more clip before we switch gears. This is explaining why we should have our head on a swivel.
News is circulating that Pam Bondi is said to have moved to military housing because of threats. We're going to take you through the official narrative, and then we're going to tell you about some of the other theories, including some interesting developments that are circulating online. This comes from the SeattleTimes.com. Bondi is said to move to military housing because of threats. Attorney General Pam Bondi has quietly relocated to one of several military bases in the Washington, D.C. area, where other Trump administration officials also live, after reportedly facing threats from drug cartels and critics of her actions in handling the Jeffrey Epstein case, according to people familiar with the situation. Bondi moved from an apartment in the city within the past month in response to an array of threats flagged to her staff by federal law enforcement, these people said, including an uptick in criticism of Bondi and threats relayed by investigators. One catalyst was an increase in threats following the capture and prosecution of President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela in January, according to a senior official with direct knowledge of the situation, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss security matters. Bondi is the latest administration official to move into heavily guarded quarters at military facilities in or near the nation's capital after citing danger from criminals, adversaries overseas, and protesters. Now, here's the interesting part. Other officials who have relocated include Stephen Miller, the president's top domestic policy advisor and the architect of his hardline immigration policy, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, the exiting Homeland Security Secretary, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Daniel P. Driscoll, the Army Secretary, has also moved into military housing, and has Navy Secretary John Fellon, whose home was damaged in a fire last year. Now, this could, of course, be multifaceted. Of course, some of those details may be correct. There may have been people that were not happy with the capture of Maduro, possibly. There may be people who are really angry about the Epstein files, possibly. But the trend is that multiple people in the administration who the influencers keep telling us we all love so much suggest that maybe that's not the case. Maybe there's other security threats that we're not being told about. We did hear recently that apparently the government is withholding information about some of the threats to the homeland. We're hearing reports that the FBI now thinks that Iran may attack California with drones. I mean, there are many, many different reasons why this could be happening. Of course, when your country is at war, there is heightened security across for multiple leaders. That's to be expected. But what we did find interesting was the
Okay, before Enzo answers, we have some super chats. So, guys, we appreciate all the love tonight. Stinky Tinkle says, all socialism leads to fascism. And the lunatic libertarian says, first source better than interpretation, plus give an example. Okay, Enzo, why are they moving into housing?
The lady broke it down perfectly. So you have a lot of people within this administration that are doing a lot of things in ways that a lot of people don't like. Am I going to sit here and say it's because of the Epstein files? Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. My biggest thing would be the capture of Nicolas Maduro, as well as taking out El Mancho, would be my biggest things, and possibly from Iran stating that they're gonna attack the West Coast for whatever reason. I don't want to sit here and say that that's not even possible, because one, the only drone carrier that Iran did have is now hanging out with Ariel in the down in the sea. So I don't know, unless they have one hidden somewhere. They got no way of bringing it to the United States or anywhere close to the United States. So my bets really are on, with the capture of Nicolas Maduro, what we're doing in Ecuador right now by taking down the drug cartels, because we know the drug cartels, they're ruthless. They like to chop people's body parts up and send them to their family members to send a message and put bounties on people's heads. So that's my bet. Honestly, can we just, I don't want Pam Bondi to be killed, to be honest with you, but I do want her out of that position. Can we please like move forward and get rid of Pam Bondi? Still, I'm always, anytime we talk about Pam Bondi, I'm always going to say that. Can we please get rid of Pam Bondi already, please?
No, never. We're gonna go to the fun topic of the night. Fact checking Netflix's Louis Theroux inside the Manosphere. What they got wrong. Enzo, did you happen to see it? I know Gray and Kamal did. No. And you're not gonna watch it, right?
I have no interest in watching Sneeko, fucking Andrew Tate, and any of these whatever they call themselves.
Okay, so for all those that love the Manosphere, you might want to leave. For all those that hate it, you might want to stay and have a laugh with us. So the best part of the Manosphere documentary, hands down, was when Louis Theroux, for you guys to know, he is a famed British documentarian. He's made hundreds, look him up. But nevertheless, he interviewed Myron's late girlfriend. Not late because she...
Moments later. It's been several months, guys, that we haven't been together. She was a good girlfriend, bro. We haven't been together for a minute, and she wants a family. And I can't give that to her right now.
And the best part is, I'm going to let Kamal go first, but the best part is, he admitted and she admitted that they've never had sexual relations. They were together for over 2 years. She claims they never had sex. I would have to find the clip. I'll find the clip of who she ends up, because she ends up leaving him, and we'll get to that. But go ahead, Kamal, while I look for it, because I didn't find it, and I think it's important.
Hey, Enzo, if you in the comedies and shit, I suggest watching this shit, because I could not stop laughing.
I'm waiting for your commentary. I'm waiting for it. I love it.
Look, when I was watching that, and that was happening in Myron Gaines, all that was going through my head was this sound thing. Jesus Christ. I almost felt sorry for the Sudanese piss-drinking warrior. I was like, oh, damn. He was like, yeah, if I want to get another wife, well, that could be at any time. I mean, I'm working a lot right now. No, bro, what's happening is you not getting no puss. She knows it. And she not with you trying to have another woman as a wife. That's basically what happened. And like, he got kind of embarrassed with this shit. Throughout this whole documentary, I say all the guys that was on there, except for like...
I like the white guy. The white guy, the white dude from Florida, from Louisiana. I like him. Yeah, I like him. We'll get to him next, because I really do like him, and I'll explain why. But stick to Myron for now.
But I'm tying them all in because he was like the only one out of everybody else on that show that didn't really kind of get exposed or embarrassed themselves.
It didn't seem weak.
Yeah, and at the same time, it was like they were so fearful of being like, oh, this dude doing a hit piece. This dude doing a hit piece. And they was digging their own graves every time. From Myron Gaines talking about, yeah, you know, yeah, if I want multiple wives, she right here, she cool with it. Looking at him like, nigga, we ain't never talked about that before. I don't know if I'm cool with that.
Sorry, go ahead.
That rollerblades.
Well, yeah, like, I got the clip here if you're ready for me to play it.
No, play the clips. We're just gonna talk as through it. This is gonna be free flowing at this point.
Yeah, because I know This is a lot. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. There's just so much to say. And I really hope Myron's little follower comes. There's a guy that stalks us, but here we go.
Thank you, Angie. She's been great, guys. Truly one of the best ladies ever. Best women. Solo cast tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, Angie won't be here, unfortunately. I wish she was here, but she's got to leave.
No. Oh my God, bro.
I take that seriously, guys, and I've given up my social life to do so. I've been sitting inside. The only time I go outside, you guys want to know the truth? The painful truth? I only really go outside when I do the fucking debates, man. If I'm be honest with y'all niggas, bro. Like, yo, I literally only go outside to do the debates. I barely leave my building. Because you guys know me, I'll work, bro. I'll give up my social life. I don't give a fuck. You know? Angie's very understanding. She takes Frank whenever I need him. She helps me with groceries and shit. So Angie's very understanding. I haven't seen her in a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. She actually came by real quick when I was doing the table shit.
When do you have time for a relationship?
You know, as of recently, man, it's been tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's been tough as of recently, especially the past year.
Most of the people that I know that are very successful, they don't focus on the relationship as much as they focus on what they feel like is necessary for them to do to win.
Oh yeah, I'd be lying to you if I told you that my relationship was awesome and I was like, no, man. Like my social life, I had 100% transparent, gone, cooked, finito. I'm streaming all day, and then when I'm not streaming, I'm researching, reading the news and stuff like that, and then make sure I have a topic. So yeah, my social life is absolutely suffered as a part of this. Like I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I got it great. No, hell no, man. It's fucking cooked.
Do you have a missus? Do you have a girl?
That's irrelevant to the question.
No, like I just want to know context.
I'm asking you.
I want to get to know you.
That's irrelevant. We're having an objective discussion. Women that are sex workers.
Do you have
struggle.
a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? That's what I thought. The fuck? Like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly. Like, it just means like you can't even get it yourself. So like you are telling me I can't. Like, what's that? I don't get that.
I want to know your argument first because that is like crazy, bro. Don't you have like a girlfriend or like a wife or something? Like somebody you
All right, bro. We
appreciate?
went over this a million times. Somebody else, because I don't want to.
You really gonna do
the
that,
same
bro?
argument again? Yeah. Somebody else. And I'm telling you guys, this is a single guy. Like I even know at some point I'm like, damn, I need a family, nigga. Like, bro, I'm even telling you this as a single guy. Anyone that's sitting there saying, oh, I prefer friends and close friends and career, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Everybody wants a family. Even the most career-oriented niggas want a family, bro. Guys, when I say single, I mean not married. Fucking retards. Holy shit, bro.
Oh, Myron, who's Angie?
You know what, man? This is crazy, bro. Well,
What did Angie say?
This is
I said, Myron, are you still with Angie? Oh.
this is absolutely nuts that women don't.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We on mute, bro. Now that was the hit piece. He should have. Who did this shit? Who made this?
My favorite person. It's a woman. She attacks them. Hold on, I'll tell you her name. I want to give her a shout out. Tree of Logic. She's hilarious.
Tree of Logic. Damn, that was a hit piece right there. God damn.
Gray, we've covered him. I will say Myron was the nicest guy. Bye, Blazin. When we met Myron, shout out to Myron. I did meet him in person. I didn't talk to him the second go round when I was at AmFest, but when I met him at Charlie Kirk's last event, he was the nicest guy. He was so nice. He was so sweet. What's your thoughts?
You and Kamal laughing at the man downfall, but Myron is Muslim, and I managed a Muslim guy before Muhammad, and he never had sex. We was like 23 at the time. He never had sex before. He did get hit, but he never broke. They're more disciplined as far as chastity when you're in Islam. As far as like my favorite person on there was Sneeko. I feel like Sneeko was the smartest person. Myron Dahl was pretty smart too. And I like the guy from Spain. To me, with the white dude, I felt like if you talking about you get multiple chicks, your girl got to be bad.
Well, I'm gonna play the white dude because that seems to be the one.
Hold on.
Before we,
Can I say something about the Muslim thing real quick though? The difference between your brother that you talk about that's Muslim and a rock for hook. Brother out there promoting how many bitches you can
Degeneracy.
fuck at any moment at any time, right?
It's not the same.
Your brother ain't promoting that. So
shout out to Ray. Thank you for the super chat. But I agree with Kamal. There's no comparison. Amru actually denounces Muslims. He doesn't want anything to do with it. So he picks and chooses. I don't really want to play it tonight, but yeah, he denounces Muslims. But we'll play the next guy, and so we'll get you in here. This is Justin Waller. To me, he was my favorite guy. Here we go. He's
the dream, bro. I live the dream.
A few years ago, Justin Waller blew up across the internet as an alpha male influencer. Most people remember the cringe clips, but behind the cringe, Waller was also deeply connected to Andrew Tate's network, and that part of his story is actually a lot stranger. But before we get into that, let's take a look at how Justin Waller got famous in the first place. You may remember him from all-time classic viral clips like this.
Why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not.
Okay.
Justin really wanted us to know that he was not triggered. He also appeared on some political podcasts, which only resulted in more embarrassment.
Again, I love women. And in fact, I have quite the reputation for loving them a bit too much.
Yeah.
And my wife helps, by the way. But the point I'm trying to make...
Wait, your wife helps the hyperga? No,
I got girlfriends, G.
Really?
Yeah, man. I live the dream, bro. I live the dream.
Waller was known for one thing that separated him from other alpha male influencers. He wore the tightest pants in the world.
So why don't you just get wider pants?
Yeah, custom made.
Bro, I've tried. People hate on me so hard for that shit, bro. Fuck them. I got a world-class ass.
It's tight.
Yeah.
It's a little tight.
I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck you.
Not tighter
Like, I
than
truly
Myron.
don't care.
But Justin Waller didn't even really blow up on the internet because of these clips. He gained traction because of who he was connected to. When Andrew Tate exploded all over the internet in 2022, Justin Waller was right alongside him, riding his coattails. And when the Tate brothers were arrested on allegations including human trafficking and rape, Waller made it clear that he would defend them until the very end.
Again, a man very controversial, friend with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, not stopping,
Yeah.
not backing down from it either.
Do you think Andrew Tate's being set up by the Matrix?
Well, first of all, I think he's completely innocent, and very clearly, like, what he's getting charged of is absolutely erroneous in every way. Like, on what planet does a 6'3" millionaire, handsome son of a bitch, well-spoken, driving and traveling the world, dude, like Andrew and T or James Bond in real life, they don't need to be doing that with women.
Waller's admiration for Tate went so far that he even named his own daughter after Andrew Tate.
I don't know if I've said this on the internet yet, but
I didn't want to say it.
Yep. I named my daughter Emery. You want to talk about brotherhood? I would not have a family if it weren't for you two. I would not be able to see it the way I see it.
At first, this all looks like more good old-fashioned internet cringe, but Waller's connection to Tate leads somewhere much stranger, because behind all the podcasts and these viral clips, Waller was a key member of a certain network of men.
Okay, so
Nora, this is a hit piece. You're doing a hit piece.
I gotta give the backstory what they didn't give. So to give Enzo some backstory, they interviewed the wife, and for some reason, and I gotta figure out why, he had to leave Miami. Is there more to come on? I don't know. I have to look into that. But he ended up having to leave Miami and move back to Louisiana. He lives in this big, beautiful house in Louisiana. The chick was pregnant at the time, and he interviewed the woman. And I will tell you, the woman seems cool with it. Her thing is, look, men have been lying to me for years. I'd rather he tell me the truth and be honest with me than do it behind my back. The only issue I got with him is why you don't marry chick? Because if you die tomorrow, she gets left with nothing. But that's my biggest issue with him. Out of all the guys, he seemed for me the least cringy. That's just me. What's your thoughts, Enzo, on everything you've seen?
My thoughts on this. So out of all of them, if I had to pick one that's the most somewhat normal one out of anybody in the fucking Manosphere, it's got to be Tristan Tate. I'm gonna be honest, I like him. He's got a better personality than the rest of them. He's not as vulgar as the rest of them. My entire thing with the Manosphere is I think they're all gay, to be honest with you. I definitely, well, I mean, there's been footage, I'm sorry, there's been leaks about Nick's not really part of the Manosphere, but I mean leaks about him and his fucking boyfriend and messages that came out like last week that I've been talking about. And then Sneako's definitely another of them. Actually, it was funny. I just watched Sneako get dogged walked by Nick Mattel on TikTok like 3 nights ago. That was fucking hilarious.
Well, he was on TikTok?
Yeah, he was debating Nick Mattel on Nick Mattel's fucking live. Oh, that shit was. I'm sorry. I'll find the video of it. That shit was funny as fuck. Sneako was not prepared for that at all. Like, don't ever talk about politics ever again, bro. When it comes to Andrew, I'm sorry to say, I think he's a fucking if anybody's got to look into any trafficking ring, look into him. Justin, as you see, Mr. Tight Pants, literally flexing his ass to the fucking camera. I'm sorry, no real masculine man is going to do that. I'm sorry. And this is my biggest thing with the Manosphere. They talk about getting all these women. They talk about having multiple girlfriends and this and that, like flexing that, like that's what young men should do. This is what happens when you have your heart broken by your high school sweetheart or the person you want to marry, and you don't trust anybody anymore, or you had some mommy issues back in the day. You become a red pill bro, and that you need to sleep with as many girls as possible, and that you need to be you need to flaunt this lifestyle that you probably don't have. I grew up around people that actually had money, and I saw people that didn't have money, the ones that have to flex with the diamond watches and the fucking 3-piece custom suits, driving around in the fucking big cars and flaunting everything like you got it, are the ones that are actually the ones that are living off credit. I'm sorry to
And
say.
I have a clip to go into your point, Enzo. Sneeko, well, it's not Sneeko. Andrew Tate exposes Sneeko. This is what he just said this week, because I guess supposedly with this documentary coming out, more things are going to be coming out about Sneeko. It's really interesting. I don't think anyone has seen this. Let me
A
play
few
it.
years ago, there was a streamer. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession. He came to Romania with two people who I respect very much, Myron and Fresh, great guys. They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird. He started telling me that he had this cuck thing that was exposed. He had this big cuck scandal, and he asked me what I think about cucking and if it's normal to explore your sexuality and if I've ever tried it. And I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal. And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this gossip girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is. So I thought, let me just cut him off. He's obsessed with me. He's a bit weird. I don't want to ruin the guy's career. Let me just go his own separate way. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He is obsessed with me. And if you see the way he talks about me, you can see in his eyes. It's not because he is morally superior. It's not because he just wants clicks. It's a homosexual rage, which is suppressed. Guys, I don't like saying this. I feel uncomfortable making this video. I wanted all of this to go away. I just said, no, I'm not going to fuck you, bro. Get out of here. I just tried to ignore the kid for 5 fucking years. Here we are 5 years later. He won't stop talking about me. And if you watch him do it, guys, watch him do it and look in his eyes while he does it. It is a suppressed homosexual rage. He is enraged. Now he's Muslim LARPing. He's Islam LARPing. Constantly LARPing about Islam while being gay in private and taking drugs in private, as opposed to me, who keeps my faith private and my internet. He keeps his faith on the internet, and in his private life is completely haram. So we can discuss which one of us is the real Muslim if we want to have that conversation.
Kamal, don't ever say I don't give you gifts. Never, ever say I don't give you gifts. This was a gift tonight. Great. What's your thoughts on everything you heard? Why is somebody said he must have seen something in Tate to think he could hit on him? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's all wild with the Manosphere guys, and they brought up a good thing in that documentary is that these guys preach conservative values and being married, but they're making content with OnlyFans models. All of them were doing stuff with OnlyFans models. All of them were doing crazy content. As far as if Sneeko's a homosexual, I don't know. I'm not a Sneeko fan. Actually, my first time really seeing Sneeko, well, I saw Sneeko on Vlad, but I saw Sneeko on there, and the stuff that he was saying to me made sense. He was the least Manosphere type of person, and he said, hey, we did this because we don't want the transgender stuff. We don't want the LGBTQ stuff. So he said that in the documentary. So for it to come out and say, oh, he's gay and that he wants to sleep with Andrew Tate, of course, I'm shocked from what I've seen on the documentary. But, I mean, we all know that it's supposedly this trend on the right that when you hate someone gay so much that it's because you're gay. And that's in the movie American Dream or whatever with Kevin Spacey. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to play Sneeko so everyone can see who he is. And then my last clip we'll be playing after that is about your favorite guy, Chicky Talkie, whatever his name is.
Commander was overall good. Myron is also in it. Justin Waller is in it. It's too bad Sonny Faz recorded for that documentary, but they cut him out. Poor Sonny, but he did not make the cut. But W Sonny. Who else was in there? It was that British guy, the HS. And he cut out a lot of the debates. Unfortunately, I didn't even record any of my own stuff for safety. I just, which is a little bit charitable. Maybe I should have. But we had a major debate about Gorlock the Destroyer, and he cut it all out. I crushed him. Like every debate that we had, me and Louis Theroux, I crushed him. And I would like to see that footage, Louis Theroux. If you could send it to me so I could upload it, that'd be great. He's probably not going to. He's not going to. But I would like to. You have those deleted scenes. That'd be good content if you did think you won those debates. But let's be real. You know why you cut it out. And I don't think there was a bad moment in the documentary for me. Although I'm not proud of the saying that I used to be a Trump supporter.
He's not proud of that. Wait, I gotta play this and then I'll get Enzo in here. I gotta show you this. Hold on. Wait, here we go. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say.
He said that shit Photoshop though.
He said that's Photoshopped?
That's what Sneeko was saying about them photos. He was like, them shits ain't real.
Now they look pretty fucking real to me.
I don't know.
Only thing I gotta say about that.
Oh, wait. One more clip. Then I'll get you in here, Enzo. Just one more. It's really short.
You're good.
What do you have to say?
But like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay porn. It's not for me. It's not for me. I saw bro. I went to a gay nightclub with my gay friends. Like I went to go visit my friend in Massachusetts. Like let's go to the club. It was a gay club.
All right, go ahead, Enzo.
All right, so this is what I got to say to that. Sneeko, why are you gay? Bro, listen, the picture's one thing. If that's actually him, like, so be it. Whatever. You got a fucking shirtless picture on the fucking internet. I guarantee fucking 90% of the fucking dudes took pictures in front of a fucking mirror before with their shirt off. It is what it is. My guy, hold on. Did you just say that you went to a gay nightclub to see if you like being gay? I'm sorry. I've been straight for 28 years of my life. I never even thought about if I was gay, how could I be gay? I didn't have to sit there and watch gay porn to know I'm not gay. I'm sorry. Just admit you're bisexual at this point. Because we all know you, whatever. For the benefit of the doubt, you bisexual. We know you like watching women get cucked. All of you in the manosphere, that's what you guys like doing. I don't care. Come for me. None of y'all are real men. You're misogynist pieces of shit at the end of the fucking day that don't actually care about women. You just like them getting.
So did you try to debate Sneeko when you went on his thing? Do you know the person he debated?
Yeah, I know Nick Mattel.
Ask him if Sneeko will come on the show. Maybe
I don't know Nick like that, but I'm saying like I know. No,
Sneeko. Oh, okay. Because
I never tried to debate Sneeko.
He does smaller pods. He'll come and if somebody could get his attention, he might do it. I will give that to Sneeko. Sneeko supports smaller people.
Let's see.
Hold on, no, Enzo, I gotta disagree with you, bro. I do not have a picture of me in that like a zesty pose with my shirt off. That was a zesty pose. That was damn near some Prince shit.
Look,
God damn. So fuck.
I have it here, Nora, of Nick talking about it. He goes,
"Oh,
I
you
debated
do?
and destroyed Nico on my live tonight. This does not go well for little Sneeko. Laugh my ass off. I will get the full unedited video up tomorrow, me destroying Sneeko, but here's a sneak peek of him crashing out and ending and running away. You want me to show it? It's only 2 minutes to clip.
Show it.
Yeah.
This is Nick.
I just debated Sneeko. Yes, Sneeko right
Oh,
here.
I know him.
Yeah.
We debated for about 2 hours, and man, was it embarrassing for him. Of course, I'm going to be releasing the entire unedited video on my YouTube 2:30 in the morning right now. I'm going to bed, but I'll get it to you guys, I promise. But just to give you guys a little sneak peek of the end of him crashing out and running away. Yes, he ran away. Check it out.
This literally didn't say any of this. This is somebody covering up for the most evil island that the world has ever seen. Left, right, he's going to try to
shaking. Look at his hand. Do this. Look at his hand.
Nobody can defend this. Nobody can defend this. This is who is pushing these lies. These types of people running cover for Epstein. The victims have not been vindicated yet. They've been lying about them. They've been covering it up. They haven't released the files, and now we're at war with Iran. The people who are covering up these files, they brought us into war with Iran for Israel, which would not exist without the pedophile blackmail.
As for those among your women who have a he skipped.
He had the audacity to say, make sure if you put it on your YouTube, it's unedited. Everyone, literally, even in his own chat, was like, bro, he doesn't need to edit it. Also, here's from his own chat. My followers took some screenshots and sent it to me. This guy is low-key good at debating. Sneeko kind of getting cooked. He's cooking. Stop interrupting him. Sneeko, brother, just skip. You ain't cut out for this debate. Sadly, Sneeko is out of his depth here. This guy is bodying Sneeko because he has no technical knowledge beyond headline and summary reading. To Sneeko, you need to do homework, not gonna lie. You're getting fucking destroyed by this Roman. That guy's username is Adolf Hitler.
Damn.
I thought a guy with that username would compliment me, but thank you, I guess. You are getting worked by a Jew. Not a Jew, but all right. Sneeko, you lost. Again, this is his own chat. This guy's winning. N-word, let him talk. I know he's a gay Jew, but fuck. Thank you, I guess. I'm not gay or Jewish. Sneeko, when you don't want to answer a question, you just say the other person is getting mad. He did that a lot. You guys will see that. Sneeko getting bullied by Shias and Jews, fries in the bag. Again, not Shia or Jewish. Thank you, though. This one's funny. Oh, Allah turned Sneeko to stone. He made us look bad in front of Shias, Jews, and Christians. That one might just be a guy that doesn't like Sneeko. But again, his chat. This one's good. Let him answer. Yeah, this guy would not let me answer any questions. It was embarrassing for him. Sneeko's losing, bro. Just skip. Anyways, this was him from his stream. Somebody screen recorded it after he skipped. Check it out.
Get out. It's so hot in here.
Yep, that's it.
That is phenomenal. But we're gonna play one more clip and then we'll wrap it up. This is your favorite guy, Tiki Talk. This is diabolical. Okay, great. You said this was your favorite guy. Why?
First I want to respond to what he said when he was basically saying that he doesn't care. It's basically what he wants and how successful he wants to be. That's basically, the right wing mindset. That's how Trump thinks. Trump pushes Christian values, but Trump got a few chicks. So, I mean, like, it's basically the irony of it. And being a content creator and actually trying to be a good person and put good information out there, it is harder to get exposure. It is harder to grow because you're not doing stuff like this where you could just get easy views. While I was saying that I liked him more than the guy that y'all liked, you saw the girls that was around him. He is living a lifestyle.
Thank you, darling.
He's living a lifestyle. He's single. He basically seems like he really believed this. When I saw the other guy, when he was like, "Oh, I got this wife. She do whatever I want to do. I bring girls home." I thought I was about to see Megan Fox walk out his house and be like, "Oh, okay, he got it like that." When I saw his chick, I was just like, "You manipulating her because she probably like, okay, I got you go spend money on me and this and that." And actually, everything Enzo said, where it's like he said, "Oh, people just think I'll never find real love. I'll never find this." I found him more disingenuous and it being just a band-aid, and I found this guy more genuine.
Kamal, is that your take on it as well?
Well, my take is I don't particularly like any of these niggas. So let's get that shit straight. First of all these niggas got dweebism in them. But I will say, light skinned bird got hands. That's where I knew him from. He whooped that one other goofy motherfucker asses. All these motherfuckers be goofy, but he whooped his ass. But I will say this: hey, Gray, most pimps hoes is ugly.
She has 2 vaginas.
Just telling you right now. Most pimps hoes is ugly. They don't be having the dime pieces like that or whatever. I'll tell you the one thing about the Justin tight pants wearing Berber. He most definitely got icky. He did the grip and then got out of there. That doc was very disrespectful. And Louis, bro, you was asking the wrong questions, man. Why you didn't ask about Amin Farouk, aka Myron Gaines, his background and his life story? I wanted to know where Myron Gaines come from, his childhood and shit.
You know why I think, Kamal, you know why I think he ain't show Myron Gaines?
Why?
This is where we put the tinfoil kufi hat on.
Uh-oh.
I am not suicidal. I believe Myron is still a Fed. That's what I believe. That's my theory in all of this.
Okay, so
Myron is still a Fed.
He most definitely got ties.
That's fair.
He most definitely still got ties because you notice he was the only person that they didn't do a deep background on. Everybody else they talked about, he had his childhood. This bruh had mommy issues, like the TikTok bruh. Hey, that one clip, his mom was punking him.
And is Myron Gaines really who he says he is? You bring up a good point. Is he really who he says he is? We saw background on all of them, even Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
We saw childhood photos. We saw backgrounds.
Yep. Sneeko, Justin, TikTok, bro. Every last one of them, even the other goofy bros that was following him or whatever, they had backgrounds and stories on them. Myron Gaines, they didn't show no background on bruh. And all they only thing was him being kind of embarrassed by his girl and shit, or his ex or whatever, and they was on a damn show. Other than that, I was like, bro, like there's no background on bruh. This is very interesting. You know what I mean?
I want to ask y'all a question. How did y'all feel when Louis Theroux went up to the girl and she said, "Oh yeah, we used to let them get drunk. Well, we can't let them get drunk anymore." And then he sent her downstairs.
Oh my God, that was the best part of the episode. So to give backstory for those watching, because they might not know what you're talking about, Gray, Louis Theroux went up to Myron Gaines' producer, Icy. So if you guys ever want to go on Myron's show, the ladies watching, you message her. And he was asking her, tell me about the setup, the process of the show. And she goes, well, we used to give drinks, but we don't anymore because they got violent. I'll play clips of how violent it got. I thought that was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Or they manipulate them getting drunk because that's what they do on reality TV.
Right. And you know what? You bring up a good point, Gray. That's a good point, because it's almost like he don't want that being shown because he's concerned that that accused for it, because people have accused him. I'm playing the Fresh and Fit podcast. People have accused him of paying girls, and he said he don't pay nobody.
Yes, also he not trying to get jammed up for the underage drinking. He kind of talked about that. Myron Gaines actually talked about that. I will have to say this though. Don't Fresh be looking dumb as fuck when Myron Gaines start talking about the Jews and shit?
Yes, he be like,
and damn, Myron Gaines.
You know what he's thinking? Why you got to do this to mess up our bag? I don't want to be around this. I've seen Fresh on stream defend Jewish people on other streams without him there.
Yeah, let's be real. We know at the end of the day, Fresh can't do shit without Myron Gaines. All right. So this is his bag. This is his glory right here. You feel me? Myron Gaines, he got the political shit down or whatever, which was a very interesting point that Sneeko made. He said that, oh, we did this and then we went into politics. What have I been telling y'all about all the Manosphere niggas? All of them go into politics and they all lean on the damn right. Literally all of them. Are they true to being on the right and being MAGA? Who knows? But they all have leaned that way. Only person that probably hasn't leaned that way could be a Sneeko. And Sneeko all over the fucking place. He don't know his ass from his hand. One day he Filipino, next day he black, one day he white, next day he's 6 feet tall, next day he 5'3", next day he Muslim, one day he Christian. The nigga don't know what he is. He all over the place.
Well, you brought up a good point bringing up race, Kamal, because Myron Gaines is so racist, but his whole staff is black.
Right.
Everybody working there was black. I was like, wow, it might all be a scam.
But we got it. Hold on. This is where we're going to bring delineation.
They're not Black American, though. They're not.
Exactly. That be the point.
Correct.
Yep.
They all are there. None of them. Possibly the one dude, he could be Black American. I'm not really sure. But at the end of the day, the rest of his staff.
The big fat one is Haitian. The guy.
All right.
They did bring up that he did Homeland Security, but they didn't say his childhood.
Yeah, but everybody else had.
Let me tell you something. When I went to the Diddy trial, people told me that he never stood in the line. He skipped the line. He knew all the HSI investigators. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. He supposedly hasn't been an investigator in over 5 years, though.
Yeah, and Ray, yeah, he's Sudanese, bruh. He's Sudanese. Unfresh is Nigerian, I think.
No, Fresh is Bayesian. He's from Barbados.
Oh, he's from Barbados. Even worse. How you got no style, nigga? ASAP Rocky from Barbados, he fresh as hell. Other Barbados brothers I met.
Rocky's from Barbados? I
Yeah,
thought he was
ASAP Rocky.
American.
I
Are
mean,
you sure about that?
I think his daddy is from Barbados, but he born out here and his mom is Black American. When it comes to ASAP Rocky. You feel me?
You might be right. He's from New York.
Yeah, the New York shit be all twisted and shit. You feel me? Our brother, ASAP Rocky. You feel me?
They say he's African American. They say he's foundational.
Yeah, what I'm saying is his daddy is from Barbados. He talked about this.
Okay.
You feel me?
I got
But
you.
he is Black American. Because he
he's
was
half.
born here. Yeah, he half. That's what, because his mom is a foundational Black American, but his dad is Barbados. You feel me? And he's talked about being from Barbados and shit. You know what I mean?
Come
But-
on, y'all gotta start walking around with ancestry tests. I'd be like, hey, bro, we gotta see your DNA results.
Hey, when it comes to these tangibles that we gonna get from these politicians, that's when we gonna start having that shit. Dead ass. We not playing. It's not actually hard because a lot of times it's just you do either a little bit of ancestry here and there. You know what I mean? 23andMe kind of wonky, but as long as you do some ancestry and then you have most of us Black Americans, our grandparents got some records or some pictures somewhere of grandparents and all types of shit. They got it in some type of box. But right now, my uncle got all that shit. So he know about all that. You feel me? You know? But yeah, you never know. Shit, we might have to do it. That tell you one thing, Gray, that shows we ain't gonna get deported.
Well, we're gonna wrap up, guys. This was a great show. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Enzo, I'm gonna let you go first. What's your closing thoughts?
So my closing thoughts are this was a great episode. It was very fun actually. What can I say? What did we talk about? So the Iranian school, everything like that. Like I said, from what I've seen, from what I've gathered, from what I've learned, the United States is not it. They didn't do it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit I'm wrong on the podcast. Other than that, Pam Bondi needs to go like always. The Manosphere is I'm sorry, come for me, guys. Come for me, the red pill guys. It seems like I got everybody against me as of late. So add it to the list. Add it to the list of grapers, the Democrats, the libertarians, the liberals, communists, and now the Manosphere. All of you guys are a fucking joke. Sorry. I will never agree with this whole Manosphere. Get with as many women as possible. It's literally just a mask of you guys are gay. And I'll agree with Gray and what he said that a lot of people on the right push this anti-LGBT to the extreme are the ones that ended up being gay. You're right. That is true. There's a lot of people on the right who do that. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But yeah, just come out of the closet, guys. With that being said, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I will see you guys back on Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Have
a good weekend, Enzo. Guys, go check out Enzo's live too. Kamal, there's someone in the chat. They said that you don't want they smoke. They're asking if we do FBA content. So go ahead and let everyone know where to find you at.
Man, just go over to Kamal Johnson Network on YouTube, bro. We could talk over there. And nigga, we'll see. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all's hella cool today. This was a wide range of topics. We kind of went all over the spectrum and stuff. You feel me? Y'all go follow the new party. Hit with a sub. Hit the notification bell so you know when they go live. Go live Monday through Thursday. You feel me? If you want to come over to my end, Kamal Johnson Network on YouTube. Also hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. You feel me? And Chef Chevy, I'm here for the Q&A. Cool. Anyway, with the Iran school strike, I actually don't know. I have no idea who did it, to be honest. I just learned a lot about some Tomahawk missiles, right? And how like there's different versions. A malfunction can probably do something to certain things of the missile and explosions and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it was us or if it was Iran and that shit. I have no idea. I don't know. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it was this and this. I have no freaking idea. All right. The other thing we talked about was the Manosphere. Y'all could go check that doc out on Netflix. It was quite interesting. It was kind of like a comedy special to me. You feel me? Hell yeah, you learned something too. Yeah, we learned a lot over here. It was a lot that we learned. You know what I mean? But with the Manosphere, Enzo, I kind of agree with you. I think these niggas is a booty clappers of the boy bands and shit. This Sneeko, man, you went in there to get some meat at a young age. He was like, I just wanted to taste the meat. I don't know if I like it or not. I just want to taste it. It's like, damn, Sneeko. But with the Manosphere thing, we see that like that shit is basically dead, yo. That grift is dead. All right. With that documentary, I wanted Luis to get more in the psyche of these niggas, though. I wanted him to learn more of like, well, who raised you? Who was there in the household? Because that's what a lot of these arguments be about. It'd be like, oh, you were raised by a single mother. Well, a lot of these Manosphere niggas is raised by single mothers too, as you see. You feel me? The HS nigga, raised by a single mother. All right? You feel me? I think Sneeko said something about single mother-ish or something like that. You know what I mean? So I wanted to know more of like their upbringing. What happened? We got a little bit more of the Justin, bruh, and he came through like, Enzo, you was fucking right again. Berber came from a traumatic mommy issue shit. His mama was hella abusive to his dad and shit, whooping his dad ass. And she was on some other shit, bruh. So like he had that trauma going on. They went into his like background a lot more than anybody else on the show itself. But I found it real interesting. They didn't go in any background of Myron Gaines, aka you feel me? Like, why didn't they go in the background of Berber? I don't know. But that seems Fed adjacent. I don't know if he's still Fed, but it seems like they were like, look, you can't get no background or none of that shit. You saw when Burr tried to go in the back and ask that chick simple ass question where I was like, damn, Burr really heated about this. It's like very secretive over there. You feel what I'm saying? All right. And yeah, Sneeko, at the end of the day, Sneeko, I never felt was part of the Manosphere. I think he was just kind of adjacent. With all them on there, I've known a Sneeko the longest. Sneeko has been around for a minute, and this nigga started out as a gamer, y'all. He started out as a gamer. Then he was on some shit where he got caught up with his girlfriend on some shit, and he was cucking and stuff like that. And then anytime it was something that big money was involved within streaming, he just hopped on from there. So that's where Sneeko come from. Sneeko don't know what the hell he want to do. He need to do a show with Brittany Renner. Call it, I don't know what's going on, but we getting money. Y'all would make a cracking ass reality show. Cause both you niggas don't know what the fuck y'all want to do. Brittany Renner one day Christian, next day she goddamn a goddamn Hispanic. Then the day after that she Muslim. You feel me? Same with Sneeko. One day he black, next day he Chinese. The day after that he white. The day after that somehow he fucking Buddhist. You don't know with Berber. All right, but at the end of the day, Lewis for British, bruh. You feel me? I wish you would have asked better questions. Because I did feel you were trying to expose the Manosphere instead of being like, what is the ideologies of these niggas and why they like this? You feel me? And
I agree. He should have looked at it from a less judgmental standpoint and been more asking thought-provoking points.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, I dare you not fucking put Kevin Samuel as RRP, because if it wasn't for bruh, the Manosphere wouldn't be about shit. Let's be real. And y'all didn't even give respect to goddamn Roland Tomasi. Like, that shit was crazy. But at the end of the day, that Manosphere shit, that shit is dead. They all going over to politics. And as you see, they in politics getting cooked. As what Shaq would say, barbecue fucking chicken. I'm done. Oh, have a great weekend, y'all. You feel me?
What I would say is that with Manosphere and even all these labels, we went over a whole bunch of labels tonight with descriptions of people. Fascism, communism, FBA, libertarian, Democrats, Republicans, all of these labels, I feel like is why we're not coming together as a people. Why it's just like we're all going to different ideologies, because like what really is the Manosphere? We had Vogel on here. I never heard Vogel say that he was getting a bunch of females, and that was what the red pill was basically pushed on Netflix. So I don't even know what the true red pill ideology is, because you ask one person what red pill ideology is something totally different. So I even think, because, you know, we were saying like, you know, if he asked the questions, I think that is just a term that if you want to like oppress women, that you gotta just jump on to whatever the Manosphere is. So I don't know. It was interesting. I can't get that hour back in my time. Like we always say on New Party, always vote.
I personally had a great time watching. I don't know about great, but I think Kamal did too. But nevertheless, guys, please come back Sunday. We have a great debate planned for you. We got debates every Sunday at 8 p.m. coming soon. Maybe we can find Pan-African to come debate Kamal, since he be on the FBA stuff. Maybe that guy in the chat, maybe you could do it. So message us. But nevertheless, this Sunday, we have Enzo debating Andre Williams. Enzo will be bringing the moderator for That Opinionated Girl. They will be talking about why anti-Semitism is on the rise in Gen Z. But my closing thoughts is this, guys. Although I don't know who struck the Iran school, it's still unclear to me. I keep hearing different things. But what I do know is I've seen some disgusting responses from people in America and cheering this on and happy it happened. And, you know, better them than us. I'm hearing rhetoric like that. Guys, as Christians, we have to remember what Jesus taught us about children. Jesus loved the children and said, let the little children come to me. That reminds us that every child's life is precious, no matter where they're from or what country they live in. Because of that, we should never celebrate or justify the killing of children. Innocent life matters. And as believers, we should always speak up when children are harmed in war or violence. At the same time, denouncing the loss of life does not mean we hate our country or our troops. Many of our soldiers are men and women who serve with honor and sacrifice to protect others. So you can still be critical of what's going on in Iran and still love the troops and support them. We can pray for them, support them, and still hold on to our moral convictions. You can love your country, support the troops, and still say the death of children is tragic and unacceptable. Those values are not in conflict. They come from the same place: compassion, faith, and the teachings of Christ. As Christians, we should be people who defend life, pray for peace, and remember that every child is made in the image of God. God bless. Good night, and stay safe, America.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the New Party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel, promotion, and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.